history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Calls in the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time in a long they had 11. As soon as some of your
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
New this morning, a tragic end to a police chase through East Houston. That's where a man died after running onto the East Freeway trying to avoid arrest, and that's when he was hit by an 18-wheeler. What police are saying about this deadly chase.
Presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg is dealing with some backlash this morning after there's some newly released audio from a while back showing him defending a policing practice that targeted minorities. Why he says those comments don't reflect who he is now, and the initiative he's launching in Houston to try to prove that.
Get ready for another chilly start to our morning, but finally, we'll see some sunshine. Britt is tracking your Valentine's Day forecast that should be perfect for cuddling.
Oh, okay.
Oh. There you go.
Any weather's perfect for cuddling in my book.
Well, any
True.
weather is good for cuddling.
Right? Exactly.
If you got air conditioning.
True.
The AC way down, and
It is what it is.
there you
Go
go.
to town.
Eric, great. Good morning. How we doing?
We are doing better today than we were yesterday. We had a big accident yesterday morning
Yes.
at this time. This morning we are accident-free, so congratulations to all of us, especially to the early morning commuter. because
Congratulations
we
to
don't
us
have
who are at work already.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
We're out of it
Let's
already.
just keep it going, right? All the way through the rest of the morning. Temperatures are chilly this morning, but it's seasonable where we should be. Most importantly, we have clear skies. That means you actually need sunglasses today. Hope you remember where they are. You need to locate those. Right now we have temperatures that are currently in the 40s. So here's a live look at our tower camera. Here at Channel 2 News, we have nice dry roads. Temperatures here on the southwest side at about 47 degrees. We're at 44 right now north of us in Conroe. Winds are coming straight from the north, about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and that is pulling in that nice, cool, crisp air. So humidity is going to be down today. That's going to allow for beautiful sunshine. It's not going to be an overly warm day. We're going to keep it a little cool. Here's a look at the temperatures throughout the day. We'll be at 54 degrees by lunchtime, and then late this afternoon we'll be topping off in the upper 50s. If you have plans for tonight, definitely make sure that you grab your jacket because you'll be happy that you have it. We're going to give you a sneak peek of that 10-day forecast because why not, right, Eric?
Exactly, yeah. You'll talk about that a little bit more in detail coming up. Right now, let's talk a little bit about traffic, and things are looking pretty good out there. Gulf Freeway, Monroe, both directions flowing pretty nicely. Not many cars out there, and as I mentioned, we don't have any crashes. So, yes, pretty much every freeway is looking like the Gulf Freeway. North Freeway at Louetta, same story. Roadways are dry, the skies are clearing out, and we've got pretty good conditions out there. So, hopefully we can keep this trend going throughout the morning commute, right? Katy Freeway, Washington, we had a big big hazmat spill here yesterday on the eastbound side of things. That is clean. We are in good shape. Your drive times right now are looking, well, error-free. No delays to speak of on any area roads. 11 minutes in from Pearland, and that Katy Drive is going to take you a short 21 minutes right now. Drive safely.
Okay, Eric, thank you, sir. 4:33. Breaking news from the north side of Houston. Several homes are dealing with fire damage from a fire this morning around 2 o'clock at a home on Pascal at Fulton. When firefighters arrived, they found smoke and heavy fire coming from the home. One resident was inside with her dog. They were both able to get out safely. The fire, though, spread to two neighbors' homes, and the cause, though, is being investigated. All right, the East Freeway is back open this morning after a deadly police chase had it shut down for hours.
Police say they were chasing a suspect on foot through East Houston when he ran right onto the freeway, and that's when he was hit and killed by an 18-wheeler. Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli joins us now live from the East Freeway right near Wayside this morning. So, Vincent, can you tell us how this all started?
Tanaya, good morning. Just a crazy situation. Police say that a man was exposing himself at this Whataburger. Officers showed up. Then the man ran onto the freeway, laid down, and was struck by two vehicles, including an 18-wheeler. Around 10 o'clock last night, someone from this Whataburger called police stating there was a man exposing himself. Officers arrived at the Whataburger, made eye contact with the suspect, and he took off running. Detectives say the man ran onto the main lanes of East Freeway, crossed the westbound lanes, then laid down in the eastbound lanes. The man was run over by a semi-truck, then a white sedan, according to police.
Very, very unfortunate that it came down to that from something as simple as him running from the police.
And police say the drivers that struck the man did not appear intoxicated. Reporting live in Houston, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Vincent. Turning now to Decision 2020. Democratic presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg is heading to Houston today.
So first, he'll speak at the Harris County Democratic Party's 2020 dinner at 7 o'clock tonight. And then he'll launch his African American Voter Initiative, Mike for Black America. And he'll do that at the Buffalo Soldiers National Museum. The doors open around 7:30. The event should kick off around 8:15. This launch comes amid growing controversy over comments he made 5 years ago, defending New York's stop and frisk policy, which was later ruled unconstitutional. In the audio recording, Michael Bloomberg encouraged officers to detain people and search them without a warrant. He also blamed 95% of the murders in the city on young male minorities. Yesterday, the former mayor said those comments that were recorded back then do not represent the way he thinks now.
It was 5 years ago, and you know, it's just not the way that I think, and it doesn't reflect what I do every day.
This is not Bloomberg's first visit to Houston. He was here in December campaigning at the Church Without Walls event, joined by Mayor Sylvester Turner and the mayor of Columbia, South Carolina. This morning, Montgomery County deputies are searching for the gunman who shot and killed two people and hurt another one in Conroe. This happened at the River Bend Station Shopping Center, just north of the Woodlands off the North Freeway at South Loop 336. Conroe cops say all three victims were in their 20s. Two died at the scene. A third was rushed to the hospital in an unknown condition.
Time right now is 4:36 this morning. The community is now coming together to honor the Logan family. An 11-year-old boy and his mother were found murdered in their home in Greatwood. The father was found dead of a suicide in San Marcos. Friends and neighbors gathering last night at River Point Church right near Sugarland. Now that's where the father was a former pastor. A lot of people still in disbelief.
Somebody that's been around forever and done so much for so many families. It just can't be.
Now community members say they're praying for the family's other daughter, who friends say was away at college when those deaths occurred. Classes are canceled today for Columbia Brazoria ISD students. This is all due to a damaged water line in the city of Brazoria and a boil water notice that is now in place. Only 3 campuses were affected by this, but the district has chosen to close all campuses. However, all after-school activities on the other campuses will remain as scheduled. And another heads up for parents in Cold Spring Oakhurst Consolidated ISD. Now they will cancel all classes tomorrow. The district says it has had excessive absences related to the flu. School will resume on Tuesday, February 18th, after the President's Day holiday.
Well, 4:37 Astros pitchers and catchers are in West Palm this morning. First spring training workout today. Most of the attention tends to be off the field these days with the sign stealing scandal and all. Players may have to weigh in on that for the first time. There is a news conference at 8:30 this morning with owner Jim Crane and a new skipper, Dusty Baker, and some select players. Not telling us who, just select players to talk about the cheating scandal. So you have to see who that is with Randy and the Channel 2 sports crew later today. Coming up at 5:30, we will hear from Randy as he sat down with the Yankees manager to talk about rumors that Astros players wore buzzers to steal signs.
NASA astronaut Christina Koch back on Earth this morning, but if she has it her way, it won't be for very long.
Coming up, what she's saying about the possibility of being the first woman on the moon.
And this morning, we are waking up to temperatures in the 40s, clearing out the skies. We're looking good here on the southwest side, but we do have some patchy fog in a few locations. I'll take you through that in your forecast coming up. Good morning. Your time is 4:41. We are waking up to nice clear conditions on our tower camera, but we also are tracking some fog. Most of it by Matagorda Bay. Palacios, you're down to a quarter of a mile, but what you can't see is those outlying rural locations in the metro area. So if you do, travel along Highway 6 in Fort Bend County, farther out towards Oleana, Richmond, Rosenberg, you might see some patches of dense fog. It should clear up over the next 2 hours. Meanwhile, grab your jacket before you leave your door. Temperatures in the 40s. It's a chilly start. It's going to be a cool afternoon, but we're in for beautiful sunshine. Look at your day today. We'll peak to temperatures around the upper 50s, so slightly below average for this time of year, but those sunny skies should help us out. We're getting closer to a holiday weekend. I'll have details on that forecast coming up. Over to you.
Thank you, Britta. Turning now to the future of space. Astronaut Christina Koch says she's going to be ready if she is chosen to be one of America's next moonwalkers.
She held her first news conference in Houston since returning from her record-breaking mission to the space station. They asked her about possibly being picked for the next moon mission, which NASA's hoping to accomplish by 2024.
I like to say that I'm just excited that I'll probably know the first woman and the next man to walk on the surface of the moon, but any of us would be ready and honored to accept that mission if it were offered to us.
I mean, why wouldn't she be a front runner?
I know, right?
I mean, I don't know how they pick these things. I still love this. The video with the two thumbs up when she just got home in Kazakhstan. That was just amazing. 11 months in space, longer than any other female astronaut. That's the trip she just returned from. She said the first thing she did when she got home, reunite with her dog and go to the beach with her family. To be back on Earth.
I know.
The president saying thank you to the Attorney General for handling the case against his longtime friend and advisor, Roger Stone.
Coming up, why even some of the president's closest allies are speaking out against it. Good morning. Time right now is 4:45 on a Thursday. Live look outside. 47 degrees right now, but we will see some sunshine. Britta will have your full forecast coming up in just a few moments.
The Yates High Lions are scoring their way into the national record books. Here's Ari Alexander this morning.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to the Xfinity Sports Desk. Here's a quick look at what's happening in sports. The Yates High Lions, one of the best high school basketball teams in Texas, they're playing the game to set records.
Feel real good about where we're at now, knowing that we can still get better and better before we hit into the playoffs.
Yates coach Greg Wise has good reason to feel good. His team just scored 100+ for the 16th straight time, a national record set by also Yates in 2010.
Just coming in every game, playing as a team, going harder and harder. I mean, it starts here in practice.
Everybody can bring something different to the table, so that's what I like about the team.
I mean, it all starts in practice. Once again, I mean, the traps, they're getting better and better, and the teams get tired. When they get tired, we just keep it going and going. Even if we up by 100, we still gonna press and trap.
That press and trap has led to history for a team yet to lose to a Texas school.
And congrats to Dynamo legend Ricardo Clark, who signed a one-day contract and retired with the men in orange. For Rico, it was special.
You look back like, what, did that happen? Did I play in all these games and get to play with all these top players?
And the Astros going to be talking today for the first time at spring training in West Palm Beach. Randy McAvoy has got you lined up with all of that. That's all for sports, and if you don't know, now you know.
446, top stories around the nation. Outraged Democrats are calling out President Trump's praising of the Attorney General for interfering in the federal case against Roger Stone. The president thanked the Justice Department, then went on Twitter to congratulate Attorney General Bill Barr for taking charge of a case he said that was totally out of control. The president's tweets have angered Democrats, and even some close GOP allies are not falling in line with the president on this one.
The president's henchman, his political operative in this prosecution, causing the resignation, bravely, of career prosecutors, is simply the end of the line for him.
I don't think any of us should tweet about an ongoing case, but it's certainly up to the discretion of the judge.
Barr has agreed to testify before the House Judiciary Committee next month, giving outraged Democrats a chance to press him a bit on the Justice Department's involvement in Roger Stone's case.
Olympic officials say the Summer Games will still happen in Tokyo amid concerns over the spread of coronavirus. This morning, the Tokyo 2020 president said the organizing committee has set up a task force regarding the coronavirus. The virus has killed more than 1,300 people and infected more than 60,000 people worldwide. Now, this includes 14 people in the U.S. after health officials in California confirmed another case of coronavirus among Americans evacuated from China. Hundreds of other evacuees are still waiting out their mandatory 14-day quarantines at military bases. Today, the Japanese health minister has confirmed 44 new coronavirus cases on board the Diamond Princess cruise ship, making that total number of cases to 219. More than 3,000 passengers and crew have been trapped on board the quarantine cruise ship since February 4th. The quarantine is scheduled to end on February 19th, but the significant increase in cases is now shedding doubt on when these people will be released from the boat.
Closing arguments begin today in the sexual assault trial of Harvey Weinstein. He did not take the witness stand during the trial, avoiding the risk of having prosecutors grill him on cross-examination. The 67-year-old denies all the charges and says any contact was consensual.
Pennsylvania's Department of Environmental Protection is set to begin putting out a fire near Scranton that has been burning now for 16 years. The fire is in a coal mine more than 200 feet underground. After fighting that fire for 2 years, crews just built a 200-foot trench around it, hoping it would burn itself out. But that hasn't happened. A volunteer firefighter is now raising money to put it out once and for all because he says it's putting pollutants into the air.
All right, it's 4:49 here at Channel 2. Good morning. Eric Braid, how's it going out there?
It is going well, so it is actually a good morning. He's not lying.
For a change.
We are crash-free right now. We don't have any semis with lost loads. We have all freeways open, and we have got dry roadways.
Right?
Yes. Nice thing, yeah.
What a concept. We get to see sunshine today. You know, there's just a sliver right before sunset. You would have thought people had not seen the sun in 3 weeks. I mean, we have a lot of click-to pins on our weather app of that sunset, a little sliver of sun. Today, a lot of you are going to get to see it, so get ready for that. It's a live look from our Kaplan Sinus Relief camera. We do have clear skies over downtown. Because of the clear skies, it is a chilly start, but seasonable. We should be waking up in the 40s, and that is what we are waking up to. So right now here in Houston, we have temperatures that are generally in the 40s across town. 44 degrees in Conroe, 44 in Cypress. Right now in Pasadena, we're at 48 degrees, and Galveston, you are at 54 degrees. Now, across the area, we do have pretty clear visibility, but in between some of these locations, we have a little bit of patchy fog. So if you're an early commuter, you might run into some patchy fog, but you can tell most of us are doing pretty well. It is a little more thick if you are waking up in Matagorda County, Palacios, also closer to Victoria. We have some thicker and more widespread fog. This afternoon, nothing but sunshine. 58 degrees this afternoon. It's going to be great out there, a light north wind. It will be on the cool side, but a very beautiful winter day. Meanwhile, the next several days not looking bad. We have a ridge of high pressure building in behind this mess, and that's going to dominate our weather through the end of the work week and through the beginning of the weekend. So we're just expecting these north winds to continue through Friday, so we'll keep our temperatures cool but enjoy some beautiful sunshine. As we head into the weekend, a little bit of a coastal low developing by Louisiana, but we're on the backside of that system, so we actually have a fairly dry weekend forecast. I'm not anticipating much rain. Maybe on Sunday a slight shower, but it does look like it's going to be mainly to our east. Then on Monday, I'll throw in a chance of a passing shower shower. We're working our winds in from the Gulf, so that's going to bring in a little more humidity, cloud cover, and it could touch off an isolated shower, but those rain chances are minimal for our holiday weekend. 58 degrees for today. Tonight is going to be a cold night. If you live north of the city, you might see a light frost. We'll have more information on that coming up during our 5 o'clock hour. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll start to warm things up. 70s are back for President's Day, and the best chance of rain next week will be during the middle part of the week as the cold front gets closer. Eric, over to you.
All right, looking forward to a little bit of sunshine today. Britta, thank you very much for that. Time saver traffic, and I've got good news to report. We are crash-free still. We have a lot of green on the map behind me, so yeah, you're in good shape. If you're heading out shortly, you should have no worries whatsoever. Britta was talking about a little bit of patchy fog. I'm kind of scouring our Houston TransStar cameras to find any, but it seems to be extremely isolated, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue for you. And we've got good news. This is the 610 West Loop at Westheimer. You're looking at the interchange with the Southwest Freeway here. That this weekend was originally supposed to be closed down entirely like the past couple of weekends. It looks like the weekend closures are just going to be at night. So during the day, we should be in good shape. And take a look at some other area freeways. I-10 East Freeway, Mercury flowing beautifully out there. Not many cars as you might expect at 4:52 in the morning. Same thing for 288. Usually a parking lot during the heart of the morning drive. Right now, it's only going to take you about, well, actually, that's the wrong one. It should take you about 11 minutes to get in from the south side in the Pearland area. You can see it right here. 10 minutes, actually. From Clear Lake, 19 minutes on the Gulf Freeway, 12 minutes in from LaPorte, and 16 minutes in from Baytown. Drive safely out there.
Thank you, Eric. Time right now is 4:53. Snoop Dogg now saying he's sorry for going after Gayle King on social media. Last week, in an interview with WNBA star Lisa Leslie, King brought up Kobe Bryant's 2003 sexual assault charge. The exchange sparked some backlash, and Snoop Dogg responded on Instagram by telling King to back off before, quote, "We come get you." In a new video post last night, Snoop Dogg says that he went about this situation the wrong way.
Overreacted. I should have handled it way different than that. I was raised way better than that. So I would like to apologize to you publicly for the language that I used and calling you out of your name and just being disrespectful.
The rapper was hit with a lot of criticism over his comments, and Oprah Winfrey told Today Show host that King was receiving death threats. Snoop Dogg says he felt the questions were disrespectful in the wake of Bryant's death alongside his daughter, one of his daughters, and 7 others in a helicopter crash last month.
Charlize Theron's latest Instagram post is definitely in the running for Best Selfie of the Year. The Oscar-nominated actress gathered in some famous seatmates at the Academy Awards for the picture. They've got Salma Hayek's in there, Regina King, Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson. Up in the you see popping in on the top right is Rami Malek. In the middle is Charlize's mother, Gerda. We haven't seen an Oscar selfie like this since Ellen did it as host in 2014. Remember that? All right, we all deal with a negative thought or two, but what happens when that negativity seems to be all we think of?
Coming up at 5, we have tips that you can use to silence your inner critic and take it a little bit easier on yourself.
Good morning. We are waking up to clear skies, dry roads. It's going to be an awesome Thursday. Grab your jacket. Temperatures right now are in the 40s. Coming up in our 5 o'clock hour, we'll let you know what we're expecting for our afternoon. Owen, Tanaya?
All right, Britta, thank you. A small church has been praying for a miracle and a new roof. And today those prayers are about to be answered.
They are coming up. See the all-day project starting this morning in a special edition of Spencer Solves It.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Well, we have breaking news today. Tons of smoke coming from a house in North Houston. The owner's son saying his mother opened the door to find a raging fire inside. We'll see how she's doing now.
Well, everyone's wondering what they're going to say today. The Astros will speak publicly for the first time as a team to address the sign-stealing scandal. When it will all get started today.
The rain has cleared out, but still a little bit chilly this morning. We've got 40s around the area, southeast Texas. Britta says we're in for a warm-up soon. Good morning to you. Let's see, Thursday the 13th now. I'm Owen Conflenti.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Eric is in with the check on the roads. Much calmer than it was yesterday morning.
Much calmer, and I think that probably has to do, at least to some extent, with the fact that we've got a much nicer day coming up weather-wise. We don't have wet roadways. We don't have fog issues. So your morning drive is going to be a lot clearer, I think, than yesterday's was. And hopefully we can keep this trend going. We are crash-free and making my job easier and your morning drive easier. So.
And hopefully everybody waking up to a smile on their face. The fact that we're going to see sunshine today, a huge help. It's still going to be cool, still February, so make sure that you have your jacket, but grab your sunglasses. Let's take you outside and show you what we are waking up to with those nice clear skies and dry roads. That's a live look at the Southwest Freeway. Right now, if you're coming in from Sugar Land, you're at 45 degrees. Most of us in the metro area waking up to temperatures in the 40s. We're in the low 50s right now in Galveston, off to the north and west, 42 degrees in Navasota, and 42 degrees currently in Katy. We are going to have a warm up today, but it's not going to be an overly warm day. We're talking about upper 50s this afternoon. Meanwhile, for fog, most of it's down by Matagorda Bay. Looking across the area, we look really good. Isolated spots in some rural locations, you might see some patchy fog, but it shouldn't be a big player for the morning drive. As we head into the afternoon, 58 degrees, mostly sunny skies. It's going to be an awesome, awesome Thursday, and we're heading into a beautiful weekend. Eric, I'll have details on our holiday weekend forecast coming up. Over to you.
All right, sounds good, Britta. Thank you very much for that. Time saver traffic now, and as I mentioned, we are looking good so far this morning. Now, on this map in particular, when we do have fog issues, typically we start to see little splotches of yellow painted on it. We don't have that now, so our system is not picking up on any widespread fog, so far, so good. I think your visibility is going to be pretty good for the morning drive today. 610 loop looks good, north, south, east, west, east side of town. Another indication that we're not facing big problems with fog, the elevation of the Fred Hartman Bridge pretty high, and that usually is socked in with fog if we do see fog. That's not happening. So 225 also looking great on the east side at Underwood, flowing nicely. We don't have too many cars out there, and our final stop is going to be I-10, the East Freeway, right over the San Jacinto River, looking good. In fact, on the East Freeway, 16 minutes into town from State Highway 330, and your inbound drive times continue to be delay-free across the board. Back to you.
Okay, Eric, thanks. 5:02 now. Breaking news from North Houston. A huge fire at a home overnight. Paschal, however you pronounce it, at Fulton, about 2 in the morning. This is from fire officials in the neighborhood. They think it started in the garage of the house and then ran up the wall to the second floor. Once crews arrived, it took them about 45 minutes to put out the flames. There was one woman inside with her dog, but they were able to get out safely.
She was asleep when the smoke woke her up. When she opened the door, the house was already full of smoke. So when she opened the door, she could see the fire in the bottom.
Investigators are now trying to figure out how the fire started.
The Astros are expected to address the sign-stealing scandal later this morning. Now, this is the first time the team as a whole will talk about this.
Yeah, so Channel 2 Sophia Ojeda is here with us this morning with what we can expect today. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yeah, Astros players will be hitting the field working out today, but it's what they're expected to say before practice that has everyone waiting and watching. Players reported to spring training in West Palm Beach yesterday. Their first workout set for today, 10 a.m. Houston time. But before they hit the field, a news conference with owner Jim Crane, manager Dusty Baker, and several Astros players. The last time we heard from players was at last month's Fan Fest. Today, they are not only expected to address the sign-stealing scandal, but according to Crane last month, they're expected to apologize to fans, ask for forgiveness, and move forward. We caught up with Dusty Baker last week, talked to him about joining the Astros organization, his experience, what kind of manager he wants to be, coming in at a pretty difficult time.
I've tried to retain as much as I can from and learn from everybody on how to be sometimes and how not to be sometimes. I think how not to be is as important as how to be.
And that news conference is set for 8:30 Houston time. Make sure you're subscribed to our breaking news alerts on the Channel 2 app. We'll let you know what the team says. Now, coming up in the next hour, we'll hear from fans and whether they think an apology would actually make a difference. Tanaya, back to you.
Thank you, Sophia. Sports director Randy McElvoy is in West Palm Beach right now covering all of this as well. We will hear from him coming up at 5:30. Remember, you can find the very latest developments on clicktohouston.com.
Well, a man is fighting for his life this morning after a garage in Montgomery County exploded last night. This happened on Razor Bill Place, just south of Conroe. The Montgomery County Fire Marshal says the man was spray painting near a lit torch and the spray can exploded. The man was rushed to the hospital with second and third degree burns.
A suspected serial rapist is behind bars this morning, being held on a $225,000 bond. Brandon Carter faced a judge last night. Houston police say he is connected to a series of rapes in West Houston and the Greens Point area. Now, this has all been going on over the last several months. Carter was arrested at a Spring apartment complex yesterday. He's accused of stalking, robbing, and sexually assaulting that woman. He is facing 2 aggravated sexual assault charges and debit card abuse charges as well. Time right now is coming up on 5:06. Montgomery County deputies now searching for the suspect that they say shot and killed 2 people and injured another near a busy shopping plaza in Conroe. This happened at the Riverbend shopping station just north of the Woodlands, just off the North Freeway near South Loop 336. Police say 3 men in their 20s were shot. 2 of them died at the scene. That third was rushed to an area hospital. Investigators are now reviewing surveillance footage and speaking to witnesses to try to figure out exactly what happened.
Decision 2020 now. A Republican candidate running for judge in Montgomery County is trying to set the record straight after videos emerged appearing to show him removing another candidate's campaign flyers and replacing them with his. In the videos, Eric Yolick, who's running for the 457th district judge seat, removes multiple flyers. The flyers actually belong to Republican Congressman Kevin Brady. On Facebook, Yolick gave this explanation, quote, "I pulled a tattered, totally wet from rain door hanger off of a door. I'm running to be a public servant. I have no qualms about cleaning up messes or cleaning up other candidates' inadvertent mess." Brady's campaign said, quote, "It's primary season and things happen. This is unrelated to Kevin and his race."
Friends and neighbors are gathering together to remember an 11-year-old boy and his mother who were found murdered in their home in Gradewood. The father was found dead in San Marcos of an apparent suicide. According to police, 53-year-old Richard Logan was found dead in San Marcos on Tuesday from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. When investigators went to his home in Sugar Land to inform his family, they also found his wife Diana and their young son dead. Now community members say they're praying for the family's other daughter, who friends say was away at college when those deaths occurred.
There's really, nothing we can do except try to help his other daughter.
She needs prayers. She needs love, and she needs our thoughts, and she's lost her entire family.
Authorities are still investigating this case.
Another terrifying wild hog encounter in Montgomery. A husband and wife were terrorized by the animal while trying to save their dogs. Now, the man says this happened early yesterday morning. He heard his dogs barking, so he looked outside to see them fighting a wild boar. So he ran out and chased the hog away, but it came back and then went after him. So the man says he got out his crossbow and pulled the trigger.
He was still standing here on the front porch. And so when he saw me, I mean, it's something like out of a movie. The pig just came running straight at me, and it was, not even 5 o'clock in the morning yet, so it was too dark for me to really get a sight on him. So I just pretty much put the crossbow at him and pulled the trigger.
That'd be scary.
Shot him in the heart and died, too. I mean, that's incredible. This won't be a story they soon forget. They've decided to keep the pig, too. They're going to have it mounted by a local taxidermy business. Hang on to that trophy. Major League Baseball's out with some new rules as teams get ready for spring training.
Still ahead at 5, what the players and managers will have to deal with. Britta, much better start to our day.
Yes, great to see. Nice dry roads, clear conditions. It's chilly. Grab your jacket. We are waking up in the 40s. We are in for a beautiful afternoon. I'll let you know how warm that sunshine will help us get. Good morning. Your time is 5:11. It's a great start to our Thursday. We have dry roads, nothing to worry about, but grab your jacket and your sunglasses. Temperatures right now generally in the 40s. Once the sun is up, we'll have a little bit of a warm up. More importantly, you'll get to enjoy the beautiful sunshine. Live look at the Southwest Freeway right now. It's going to be a rather cool day. Temperatures slightly below average, but again, with sunny skies, it's going to be a great day. We're looking at 58 degrees this afternoon. Plans after work and after school, we'll keep it on the cool side, but we'll stay in the 50s as late as 8 p.m. Owen, we'll chat about the weekend coming up next.
All right, Britta, thank you. Major League Baseball's out with several rule changes, the biggest affecting pitchers. Both starting and relief pitchers must face a minimum of 3 batters or until the offensive team is put out. That's unless an injury forces a pitcher from the game. In other rule changes, active rosters will be increased from 25 to 26, and managers will now have just 20 seconds instead of 30 to challenge a play.
Well, some love fried chicken. Some people love Crocs.
Okay, so put them together, and what do you got? Some crazy-looking shoes that we will show you.
I can't wait to see
KFC
these.
is responsible with these, responsible for these, rather. That's coming up.
I'm sure they'll sell out pretty quickly. And coming up next, NBC's Jay Gray breaking down the Justice Department's decision to reduce longtime Trump associate Roger Stone's prison sentence. More on that coming up. Time right now, 5:12.
A carpet giant.
Good morning. Time right now, 5:15. Live look outside. It's nice to actually see outside. A clear start to our day. Britta will have your full forecast coming up in just a few moments. Well, more fallout now overnight after the Justice Department changed course, ignoring veteran prosecutors' call for longtime confidant of President Trump to spend up to 9 years behind bars. This reverse coming after complaints from the president about the recommended sentence for Roger Stone. NBC's Jay Gray is in Washington now with the latest.
Tanaya, good morning. Democrats accusing the president of trying to influence both prosecutors and the judge in this case, and now they're questioning the intentions of Attorney General William Barr.
Frustrations growing on Capitol Hill.
This brazen assault on the independence and integrity of the Department of Justice is unprecedented.
Senator Richard Blumenthal and other Democrats calling for Attorney General William Barr to step down after the Justice Department reversed a recommendation that Roger Stone, a longtime ally of President Trump, spend 7 to 9 years in prison for lying to Congress and obstructing the Russia investigation just hours after the president complained online and later out loud that the sentence was too harsh.
You have murderers and drug addicts. They don't get 9 years. 9 years for doing something that nobody even can define what he did.
The president won't say if he's considering a pardon for Stone, but insists he hasn't interfered in the situation amid growing calls.
We are witnessing a crisis in the rule of law in America.
For an immediate investigation by the Inspector General's office.
It's a near fatal blow to the credibility and the independence of the Department of Justice.
All 4 veteran prosecutors have walked away from the case, one leaving the department altogether. Attorney General Barr has agreed to testify in front of the House Judiciary Committee next month.
Now, committee members have been pushing Barr to testify for months, ever since the release of the Mueller report. In Washington, Jay Gray, KPRC Channel 2 News.
5:17, the search continues for a missing 6-year-old girl from South Carolina who vanished after getting off the school bus. Security camera video released yesterday shows Faye Swetlick shortly before she vanished. A relative tells cops Faye was seen playing around in her front yard about 3:45 that afternoon. The call reporting her missing came more than an hour later.
Closing arguments are set to begin today in the sexual assault trial of Harvey Weinstein. And jurors are expected to hear defense closing arguments today. This will be followed by the prosecution on Friday. Weinstein is charged with raping a woman in a hotel room in Manhattan back in 2013 and forcibly performing oral sex on a different woman in 2006. The 67-year-old denies all of the charges and says any contact was consensual.
Well, NATO defense ministers have agreed to expand the Western Alliance's training mission in Iraq. This move comes after President Trump demanded NATO do more in the Middle East. NATO will now take over some of the training activities carried out by the U.S.-led coalition against ISIS.
5:18 now on Channel 2 News Today. To the future of space. After returning to Earth, NASA astronaut Christina Cook is sharing what it's like to live in space for nearly a year. Cook landed in Kazakhstan last week after spending 328 days working on the International Space Station. The mission is the longest single space flight by any woman. While she says she has many memorable moments to share, she says the one that stands out was seeing the space station for the very first time.
To see that it was really real, to sort of meet my new home for the next year was an incredible feeling. It was like something that had been discussed and trained on for so many years was actually come to life. And not only that, but I got to float around in that place, and that'll just be something I'll never forget.
I'm sure she won't. Well, when she did return, she says she was most excited to be reunited with her dog and take a family trip to the beach. Well, personal training company Ultimate Performance revealed its list of the top 5 female celebrity bodies that women strive to achieve for themselves. They found that more women than ever are after the more athletic physique like J-Lo, who sits at number 1. Jennifer Aniston and Jessica Alba came in at 2 and 3, and Houston's own Beyonce is a regular on the most desirable list for women, coming in at number 4. And topping off the top 5 is actress Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot, yeah. She
Was, Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yes.
Yeah.
So aside from dieting and workouts these celebrities live by, they include boxing, hot yoga, spin classes, and martial arts.
I feel like Gal had military training too. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like she did.
I remember all those photos. She looked amazing.
They're finger licking good. How'd I do? They're finger licking good.
Yeah.
I'm auditioning here.
You need the little bow tie thing.
Yeah, right? Or should we say toe licking gross?
Ew, yeah. Look at them.
So yeah, if you want to come over to the television, take a look. KFC teamed up with Crocs to make this.
Enjoy.
Fried, I don't know what you want to call it. It's Crocs made to look like fried chicken.
Yeah.
And actually, those 2 pieces on the top are part of the shoe. They're like a little attachment, I guess.
They're
you could buy or
charms.
something. I don't know if do they smell like chicken or it's a scratch and sniff Croc, I understand. Is that
wow?
Or maybe I'm making that up. I may be making that up.
I'm sure they'll sell out quickly no matter what. People love the shoes, like they had the Whataburger boots.
Yes.
Bill Biasa got some of those on his retirement party.
Brand loyalty, I always say.
It is. Definitely.
I don't know.
They paid for that ad we just ran.
There's a big difference between the Whataburger cowboy boots and those Crocs that you just showed. I don't know. Just my opinion. Just going to put it out there. Let's stick to the weather, though. It's going to be a great Thursday. A little chilly, so you want to make sure you have your jacket, but we have nice, clear skies. This is a live look from our Kaplan Science Relief camera over downtown. Nothing to worry about. Our roads are dry. Weather is on our side this morning. We're at 43 degrees in Conroe, 48 degrees in Webster, and 53 degrees in Galveston. Now, this afternoon, we're going to keep it cool, upper 50s, but beautiful sunshine. Winds are coming from the north, so humidity will be down as well. We still have a little bit of cloud cover directly at the coast, but we are clearing out. All the rain is now pushing out to the east, and we have a ridge of high pressure settling on in. It's going to dominate our weather for tomorrow and really throughout the weekend. As we get closer to Saturday and Sunday, especially Saturday night into Sunday morning, we're watching this little low spin up along the Gulf, but it's to the east of us. So we're going for a mainly dry weekend. Cool mornings, comfortable afternoons, really nice weather. The warm up really kicks in early next week with our wind shifting back on shore. That's going to increase the cloud cover, the humidity, and an isolated shower comes back into the forecast starting off for Monday. Now, tonight is going to be a cold night. We are above freezing, but we're in the mid to upper 30s, and frost is possible to the north of town. So if you have done a little bit of early planting, got a little head start, you might want to keep that in mind. Here's a full look at that 10-day forecast. Looking good for this weekend. We'll keep it cool on Saturday in the 60s. 70s are back for Sunday and Monday, and just a slight chance of a passing shower. The best chance of rain next week is during the middle part of the week as we get closer to a cold front. Eric, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Britta. Looking forward to a little blue sky and sunshine today. Time saver traffic continues to be delay-free, continues to be crash-free. So if you are an early morning commuter here at 522, you're getting ready to head out the door. Looks pretty good out there. Gulf Freeway, a lot of green on this roadway up through the Beltway into the Loop and, yes, into downtown right now. It's going to take you 19 minutes to get from NASA Road 1 all the way to downtown. We have definitely seen worse. Here it is, the Gulf Freeway at Scarsdale flowing beautifully. The headlights there in the backside. That's the inbound traffic. Southwest Freeway, Willcrest, same story. Not many cars coming in from the Sugar Land area right now. This particular area is right around Stafford, so we're looking good in Stafford. East Tex Freeway, Will Clayton Parkway up toward Intercontinental Airport. Yeah. We'd like to see that. Your overall drive time in from the Kingwood area, 21 minutes, and your other drive times. All major arteries are flowing delay-free right now. You're in great shape. Have a great day today on this Thursday. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And we have already received dozens of videos from families celebrating their children's successful cancer fights. In honor of honorary Freeport police officer Abigail Arias, we are showing children ringing their end of treatment bells.
Let's go! Let's hear it! Let's hear it!
Look at him. Well, that right there is Angel Eduardo. He was diagnosed with leukemia back in 2015 and had a bone marrow transplant. He rang that bell in August of 2019. If you have a video you would like to share, you can upload it at clicktohouston.com/bells for Abigail. Well, can you stop yourself from defeating yourself? Still ahead on Channel 2 News today, the expert advice to better take care of your mental health.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. Could that Valentine's Day chocolate actually be good for your heart? Some heart-healthy choices for this season of love coming up.
I approve this message.
All right, we're back real quick at 5:27. This happened again in Dallas. They got a ball stuck. This is the news. So what do? We call in Boban Marjanovic. Or Marjanovic, depending on how you like to say that, with the broomstick, with the dry mop. Yes, from downtown with the dry mop, and it counts. Mavs hosting the Kings there when this happened. Who were they? Yeah, he wasn't even playing, but hey, he's the tallest guy on the team, right? 7'4", isn't he? So, all right, well, they had fun with that. And, hey, maybe it'll happen a third time's a charm, right? That's what they say. Coming up on Channel 2 News today, some schools are closed this morning because of a boil water notice. I'll tell you where that's happening. It's a district where they're canceling classes. Also, they're canceling classes in the district because of the flu tomorrow. That's coming up on Channel 2.
And on 288, we have a minor accident on the shoulder of the road. This is inbound just inside the 610 loop at Holly Hall. It's a bus on the shoulder of the road. Could slow things down for folks heading inbound from Pearland. We'll take a look at that drive time, plus your others at the bottom of the hour.
And grab your jacket. It's a chilly start, but the best news is we have dry roads and sunshine on the way. We'll take a look at your afternoon forecast coming up next.
Arts.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Good morning. A bizarre situation on the East Freeway. A man ran right into the middle of traffic trying to get away from police, only to get hit by a semi and then another vehicle. Why police wanted to talk to him in the first place.
Astros pitchers and catchers are in West Palm Beach getting ready to address the sign stealing scandal. When they will speak this morning. And A.J. Hinch talking about buzzers last night, and the Yankees skipper that still wants answers. We get more from our Randy McElvoy in Florida.
Democratic presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg will be in Houston today. We'll tell you where he's going to be as he continues to take heat for what he was recorded saying about a stop and frisk policy in New York City when he was mayor.
Well, a new study reveals the safest cars on the road, and they're not necessarily the most expensive or high-end luxury brands. We're going to show you what you want your teenager driving.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us on this Thursday morning, 5:31 now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
I'm Owen Conflenti. I definitely don't want my teenager driving anything. Eric Brait is here at 5:30. Well, I guess if they have to, though, we'll hear from Amy coming up.
Yeah. Eventually, it's gonna happen eventually. But traffic so far this morning looking good. We've got a minor accident on 288, but hopefully it won't cause too many issues. But the roadways are dry, and we like
that.
Which is
huge
good.
help. And I think everybody's, personality will be a little uplifted today. I mean, anytime you got sunshine, hard to not have a smile on your face, right? So let's take you outside and show you what we are waking up to. Yes, we have clear skies, and it is a chilly start. This is seasonable, though. We should be waking up in the 40s, and that's what we are waking up to. So it's a February day. You want to have your jackets. 45 degrees currently at Bush Airport. We're in the low 50s in Galveston. 42 degrees currently in Katy, and 43 degrees currently in Conroe. So we're all in good company. There's a live look at the Southwest Freeway again. By lunchtime, we're back to the 50s. We're going to keep it cool this afternoon, topping off at 58 degrees. And if you do have plans after work, after school, we should stay in the 50s as late as about 8 p.m. But it's going to be another chilly night setting up for tonight. So a cold start to our Valentine's Day. We're going to have temperatures generally getting back into the low 60s as we head into the afternoon tomorrow. Eric, I'll be back with a look at your weekend forecast coming up. Over to you.
All right, sounds good. Hard to believe Valentine's Day is already here. Time saver traffic now. We do have an accident. This is on 288 at Holly Hall. It looks like a minor accident involving a school bus. It's on the right shoulder, inbounds. Just be very careful of this. Maybe kids on the school bus. You don't want to cause any additional problems. Want to remind you, by law, we've got the move over or slow down law. You have to either give these accident scenes an extra lane, a little breathing room, or slow down to 20 miles per hour below posted speed limits anytime you see blue or amber flashing lights at one of these scenes. So just be aware of that. It is by law something that you have to do. Big picture, nothing else going on area roadways. Katy Freeway at Eldridge moving along beautifully. 22 minutes in from the Katy area, and your other drive times problem free. We like to see that. Do have a safe drive on your way out the door and on your way to work on this Thursday. Back to you.
Okay, Eric, thank you. 5:33 right now. New this morning, a crazy story out of East Houston, out on the East Freeway, where cops tell us a man who's trying to get away from them ran out into the freeway and was hit by a semi-truck and then a car.
It took several hours for crews to clear that scene on the East Freeway at Wayside. Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli is there now this morning. So, Vincent, why was he running from police in the first place?
Tanaya, it's disturbing. Police say a man was exposing himself with his Whataburger. Cops showed up, then he took off running across the freeway. Overnight, a chaotic scene on East Freeway. The eastbound lanes blocked as officers investigate a situation that turned deadly.
Shortly after 10 o'clock, officers got a report of a suspicious person.
Detectives say the caller said a man was exposing himself at this Whataburger.
When the officers responded to the call, they made eye contact with the suspect, and he immediately fled from them.
Ran onto the main lanes of East Freeway, crossed the westbound lanes, and climbed over the median.
He got into the eastbound lanes where he was struck by an 18-wheeler first, and we believe he was struck by a second vehicle once he was already down.
Officers say they stopped chasing the man when he ran onto the freeway.
Very, very unfortunate that it came down to that from something as simple as him running from the police.
And detectives say the drivers that struck the man did not appear to be intoxicated. Reporting live in East Houston, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Vincent. Time now is 5:35. All eyes on the Astros this morning out in West Palm Beach. Today is the day the guys are expected to respond as a team to that sign-stealing scandal.
Yeah, so there's a news conference that will come just hours after former skipper A.J. Hinch clarified he was not aware the team used any buzzers. Sports Director Randy McElvoy has more right now.
Good morning from West Palm Beach, Florida. And Astros spring training today will be the day, the first workout on the field for pitchers and catchers. But we know the top priority is not between the lines. It's what the Astros are going to be saying before the practice when they arrive at the facility, speaking for the first time on the sign-stealing scandal from Major League Baseball and how it's affected this team and this organization. Yesterday was reporting day for pitchers and catchers not on hand, but many had already made their way here. Media was only able to shoot a very little of the arrivals. No interviews were allowed by the team. All of that changes, though, this morning with a 9:30 news conference planned with owner Jim Crane, Dusty Baker, and select Astros players, all ahead of their 11 a.m. workout. More controversy now. Yanks manager Aaron Boone was asked yesterday, does he believe the Astros use buzzers to get an advantage to hitters in the ALCS? Here's what he said.
Are you fully convinced that the Astros were not using any sort of devices in last year's ALCS?
No. I mean that's certainly
one of those great unknowns, and certainly, I've spent time, as I'm sure a lot of people have, wondering all the things that could have potentially been going on.
And on the heels of those comments from Boone, former Astros manager A.J. Hinch made a statement last night denying any use or any knowledge of use of buzzers by his Astros players. We'll keep you updated. All right, big day here in West Palm Beach. We've got you covered on air and, of course, online. Click2Houston.com. With the Astros in West Palm Beach, Randy McElvoy, KPRC Channel 2 Sports.
5:37 now. Let's go to Decision 2020. Democratic candidate for president Michael Bloomberg will be in Houston today. He'll speak at the Harris County Democratic Party's 2020 dinner at 7 o'clock tonight. Then he'll also be at the launch of his Mike for Black America event at the Buffalo Soldiers National Museum. Right now, the 77-year-old is facing growing backlash over leaked audio from a speech in 2015 where he defended New York City's controversial stop and frisk policy that was later ruled unconstitutional.
Put those cops where the crime is, which means in minority neighborhoods. And the way you get the guns out of the kids' hands is to throw them against the wall and frisk them.
Bloomberg has since apologized for his comments and the pain that policy caused.
Only on two, a man in his 80s robbed and threatened with a cane outside of his own home. Now the suspected thief is behind bars. Jose Polito says this all started when he left to go pick up his grandson from school. That's when he says he started having some sort of car issues. He says Gerald Garcia stopped to help him. Polito says Garcia wanted payment for that help, so he gave him $10 that he had in his wallet. But Polito says Garcia wanted more and threatened to beat him with his own cane if he did not pay up.
Well, that's when I got scared, because I had the door open to the bar, and I couldn't go this way or that way. He was right there. I just thought to myself, he's going to hit me for sure.
Turns out Garcia is no stranger to police. He's been arrested several times over the last few decades. He is now behind bars once again, this time on charges of aggravated robbery of a person over 65.
Well, school officials have canceled classes for Columbia Brazoria ISD students today. This comes after water lines in the city of Brazoria were damaged during construction work. While Barrow Elementary, West Brazos Junior High, and the CBISD Support Center were the only buildings impacted, all campuses will remain closed as well. All after-school activities at other campuses will remain as scheduled.
Classes are canceled tomorrow in Cold Spring Oakhurst Consolidated ISD. This all comes after a big spike in flu cases. The district says it's had excessive absences related to the flu. Classes will resume next Tuesday. Hundreds of more people are dead this morning in the ongoing coronavirus crisis. More than 1,300 have been killed, with more than 60,000 infected worldwide.
219 of those cases are on a quarantined cruise ship in Japan. Another cruise ship stranded at sea with more than 2,000 people has been given permission to dock in Cambodia. 4 other countries refused to let it dock, despite having no virus cases. On land, Chinese health officials claim these 360-degree disinfecting systems will work in just 20 minutes.
Coming up in the 6:30 half hour, health reporter Haley Hernandez is going to have more on the situation involving quarantine American evacuees in San Antonio. City officials announcing they'll be holding a news conference later this morning that was not planned ahead of time.
It's 5:40 at Channel 2 News Today. Let's get you outside with the British forecast. It's chilly, but it's going to be brighter today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have clear skies, and that means we are in for sunshine. Grab your sunglasses. You'll need it for the later half of this morning's commute. We're at 48 degrees currently downtown, mid-40s on the southwest side, 53 degrees in Galveston. A nice, crisp start to our day. This afternoon, it's going to be on the cool side, but again, we have beautiful sunshine in the forecast. These temperatures slightly below average for this time of year. We're usually in the mid-60s. We'll top off in the mid-50s off to the northwest of downtown. And here in Houston, we're expecting 58 degrees, mid to upper 50s at the coast. We'll take a look at what we're expecting for your holiday weekend coming up soon. Tanaya?
Thank you, Britta. A building in big trouble, a place of worship faced with a really huge problem.
What lies ahead of this church out in Tarkington Prairie after they reached out to Spencer Solves It? It's 5:41. 5:43. Today we've got a special edition of Spencer Solves It. In fact, it's an all-day project.
It is. A small church in Tarkington Prairie has been praying for a miracle. And now, thanks to Bill and an area roofing company, their prayers have been answered.
In rural Tarkington Prairie, just outside of Cleveland, the God-loving members of the Davis Hill Baptist Church make their way slowly into this small, aging, poor little sanctuary.
We do good work here. We do God's work here.
When I die, hallelujah, by and by. But despite all the love and faith in this old church, the building itself is in big trouble. For several years now, the roof has been leaking badly every time it rains. And unless it's completely torn off and replaced soon, the roof at Davis Hill will eventually come crashing down.
It's devastating to know that our church is falling apart, you know, one rainstorm at a time.
So without any insurance and having been turned down for several loans, that is when the people of Davis Hill contacted Spencer Solves It. And right away, we call on Gene Lessman, the president of Lessman Roofing and Sheet Metal of Conroe. Now, Gene, his assistant, and myself all hit the roof and quickly determined this is way beyond any repair. The entire roof will need to be replaced. A huge project that we will begin today.
Not just a roof.
Wow.
There you go.
I know. Cannot wait for that. Coming up at 6:10, we will hear from Bill live in Tarkington Prairie.
You better get some safety ropes up.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
Come on, Spence.
Whew.
Britta, what about the weather for this new roof they're going to build
Well, funny you should mention. Eric and I actually took part in this project to let Bill know about the weather, and that's why they picked today. It's a perfect day for the project. Nothing but sunshine. It's a chilly start, so grab your jacket. Make sure your kids are dressed nice and warm as they head out the door. We'll talk about your afternoon temperatures coming up.
And it's always a good day to shop, right? This weekend is your last to hit Houston's only hotel furniture liquidation warehouse, and everything inside is now $10. I'm going to tell you what's left and when you can stop by coming up.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. Protect your love, protect your heart. Healthy habits for this Valentine's Day. Time now, 5:45.
Up in here.
Too fat, too thin, too dumb, not good enough. Those negative thoughts are bound to run through folks' minds at some point, but we don't want them to consume us, though.
No, we definitely do not. Psychologists say that when the inner critic wins, it really makes it harder for you to succeed. That's because self-criticism releases the stress hormone cortisol, which sends you into a state of stress and sometimes even depression. So here's what doctors recommend you do to take better care of your mental health. First, realize that self-talk really does matter. Then, always make it a point to talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. Set up limits for yourself on social media if that's what's driving you to compare yourself to others.
A York University study found writing yourself a comforting letter every day for a week can make you feel happier for up to 6 months. That's quite a return on the investment, isn't it? And lastly, do something every day just for you.
Gotta take care of yourself.
5:48. Each year, 36 million heart-shaped boxes of chocolate are sold to show how much we love each other out there.
But the question is this really good for your heart? Health reporter Haley Hernandez is here with details on that, but they're so good.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So several studies have associated eating dark chocolate with lower risk of heart disease, but that's not the only Valentine's thing you can do for your heart to keep your love going for many years to come. What are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Probably just a nice dinner and go out for drinks or something.
You know, every day is Valentine's Day for us. Maybe we need to plan this year.
This year, if you want to protect the love of your sweetheart by protecting their heart, start the day with a couples run. Just a 20-minute jog on a regular basis can decrease your risk of heart disease by 35 to 55%. Your romantic meals might include heart-healthy foods like dark leafy greens or fatty fish. Kale and spinach are rich in vitamins A, C, E, and K. Salmon or tuna are loaded with omega-3s, which have been studied extensively for their heart-healthy benefits. And after dinner, almonds and walnuts are a great heart-healthy treat. Cover them with dark chocolate and get twice the benefit. Now, another great way to start your day, bring your partner coffee. One of the country's longest and largest running studies found drinking coffee was linked to a lower risk of heart failure, stroke, and coronary heart disease. So have a cup or two. Don't go crazy when adding the sugar or cream. It goes back to our promotion. Coffee makes you live longer, right?
Espresso black in the morning. Nothing in it.
Nothing in it.
Good for you.
Delicious.
No
Good for your
sugars
metabolism,
and
too,
all
to
the
have
syrups.
black coffee.
Definitely is. All right. Thank you, Haley.
Thanks, guys.
Let's go to Britta now with a check on the forecast. Britta, much nicer day than we've been seeing the past few days.
Yes, finally. We're going to see beautiful sunshine today. We have clear skies. This is a live look into Galveston right now along Seawall, and we're looking pretty good. Temperatures right now at the coast are in the 50s, but we are in the 40s here in town, where we should be for a February start. So kids need to bundle up this morning. You want to make sure that you have your coat, and do not forget your sunglasses. Nothing but sunshine today. We will keep it rather cool, though. We have a north wind, 54 degrees around lunchtime. Late this afternoon, we'll top off at 58 degrees, and we'll keep it in the 50s as late as about 8 o'clock. And then it's going to be another cold night. With high pressure and control, we'll continue to see clear skies, and that always leads to very cold temperatures overnight. But our afternoons will be very delightful for tomorrow, looking good for Valentine's Day, and also heading through our weekend. Now, over the weekend, we'll have a little bit of a coastal low developing to the east of us. So again, we're looking dry. We might see a little bit of cloud cover, but looking pretty good for Saturday and Sunday. The time that we could see a few showers move back into the forecast is next week, and that's when we're expecting a little bit of a warm up with our winds turning back onshore. So there's a full look at that 10-day forecast again. It's going to be a cold night tonight, but looking really good for our afternoon temperatures over the next few days.
Hey, I like that forecast, Britta. Thank you very much. Time saver traffic now. We are looking pretty good on area roadways. We've got one little hiccup that we've got. This is on the South Freeway 288 approaching Holly Hall. As you head into downtown, we've got a minor bus accident on the shoulder of the road. Just be sure to move over or slow down as you're passing this on your way into town. Now, elsewhere, things are looking pretty good. 288 overall at Airport, flowing nicely. We're starting to see a few more cars out there, but we're still moving along, which is good. Well, West Loop at Westheimer, that is the interchange with the Southwest Freeway. It looks good right now. We've got closures this weekend, but it's only overnight closures. It's not the whole weekend. That's a good thing. And your drive times right now still looking great. We are delay-free out there. Back to you guys.
All right, Eric, thanks. So this morning we're getting a look at the safest cars on the road.
A lot of people have a brand that they love and have some sort of emotional attachment to. Well, now there's a new study on who comes out on top. Consumer expert Amy Davis is here with all of those details. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we hear about this every year with fast food restaurants. Chick-fil-A always does really well, but this isn't restaurants. This is just brands. And according to MBLM's brand intimacy study, Amazon is the most beloved brand, claiming the top spot for the first time ever. The tech giant edged past Disney, which came in at number 2. Another tech giant came in at 3, Apple. And then 2 popular car brands rounded out the top 5. Ford, which I thought was an interesting choice, followed by Jeep. Yeah, for the top 5. Hey, and speaking of cars, staying safe on the road may start at the dealership. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has released its list of the best vehicles to be driving to avoid accidents and survive them. So the Honda Insight, the Nissan Maxima, the Tesla Model 3, and the Audi A6 were just some of the cars to make the list. There were several models from Mazda and Subaru on that list as well. The Institute says no minivans or pickups were named top safety picks this year, which is interesting. You'd think those minivans would be in there. Hey, we told you last month that Houston's only hotel furniture liquidation warehouse is closing its doors. Well, the time has come. This is a reminder that the last day is this Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah, the owner told me yesterday he's selling everything that's left inside for $10. So there's a lot of chairs.
What's left?
Well, he said no TVs, but there are chairs, sofas, mirrors, pictures, some mini fridges. That's what our producer Robin wanted to know. So the $10 sale starts today. It runs through Sunday at Southwest Surplus. That warehouse is in the 7700 block of the North Freeway. It's right near Tidwell.
Yeah.
He also said, make sure you bring your own truck if you're buying a chair or a sofa, because they don't think they're going to be able to provide delivery.
I bought some stuff from them over the years.
Yeah.
It was always fun, but so long, that's it. That's no more after
you won't be
that.
able to
That was
walk
fun,
in
though.
there anymore. I know. Hey, are you tired of your bills creeping up every month? It is time to do something about it. So coming up at our 6 o'clock hour, we are showing you which bills and which fees on your bills are the easiest to negotiate so you can pay less and save more money.
Who doesn't like saving money?
I know. It's just you got to make a little bit of effort. We're going to tell you how to do that.
Amy always teaches us how to argue with people over money, and I love it. I love it.
Or negotiate.
Yes, as you like to put it.
Thank you, Amy. Now here's Joel Eisenbaum with a story he's working on for tonight at 10.
Even just the water, that's power driven.
Boy, everything runs on electricity. And a cyber attack against the power grid would shut down life as we know it.
We would want to check on nursing homes, hospitals, more challenging, those people in the community who rely on medical equipment that needs to have power.
We're looking at who's doing what to prevent an attack.
We continually invest in trained resources and staff to make sure that we keep our electric grid safe.
Cyber criminals aren't just stealing our passwords, they're aiming much higher. Can we protect our power grids from hackers? Tonight at 10.
Good morning. Trending just before 6. In honor of World Sleep Day on March 13th, IKEA is organizing a legit slumber party in its stores for some very lucky customers. The Swedish furniture chain is going to be giving shoppers a chance to spend the night in a showroom at either the IKEA in Brooklyn or the IKEA in Costa Mesa, California. The exclusive experience will offer sleep-related games, a silent disco, and an insomniac lounge featuring ASMR. So you can enter right now on IKEA's website for a chance. I wonder if they'll have the Swedish meatballs that everyone loves. I'm sure the winner will be notified the week of February 24th.
See, like a public ASMR? That's just weird. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, just when we had resigned ourselves to living with the unfortunate inconvenience of broken zippers, Ryan Reynolds swoops in with a zipper fixing hack. The actor took to Twitter to share a video that shows how to fix a zipper with a fork. He tweeted, "I've waited my whole life for this." While a lot of Twitter users were eager to test out the fashion hack at home, many were not totally convinced that it worked. One user tweeting, "It puts the zipper back on, but it doesn't actually fix it. It can be zipped off the bottom. It can be zipped off again, and the bottom can also unzip." Uh-oh.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Good morning. Astros will address the elephant in the room today, who might be speaking when the team opens up about the sign stealing scandal and the fallout.
And a chilly start to our Thursday morning, but it's not all bad news. Britta's got the changing forecast and why you should make some outdoor plans on Saturday.
Cost of college is not going down, and that's adding up for the United States. How much student loan debt could cost the country as more students rack up those massive loans. Good morning. It is Thursday, the 13th of February. I'm Owen Conflenti.
Good morning. I'm Tanaya Wright. Eric is in with a look at the roads, and it's been fairly light compared to yesterday.
Yeah, we've got one new accident on the Gulf Freeway. Hopefully it gets taken care of pretty quickly, but overall, compared to yesterday, we're in much better shape. Not only in the number of accidents that we're dealing with this morning, but the fact that we've got good visibility out there. We've got dry roadways, so conditions are pretty good for a nice morning commute. But hey, guys, it's the 6 o'clock hour, and anything goes after 6 o'clock in the morning on the roadways of Houston. But hopefully everybody out there can behave themselves and play nicely with their neighbors.
And today you can't blame the weather.
No.
You really can't. So we have dry roads. We're expecting sunshine today, but grab your coat before you head out. It is a chilly start where we should be waking up, though. We should be in the 40s for a February morning, and that's exactly where we are. 45 degrees currently here in Houston. North of town in Conroe, we're at 42. 41 degrees in Katy, 45 in Sugarland. Temperatures in Galveston at 53 degrees. It's going to be another cold start tomorrow, but at least we get to enjoy some fairly nice afternoons. This afternoon is going to be a cool one, 58 degrees, but beautiful sunshine. Get outside and enjoy it. We'll stay in the 50s till about 8 p.m. and then we set up for a cold night tonight. Meanwhile, with rain chances, we're good through the weekend. We do have a slight chance on Sunday, but you'll see in about 10-15 minutes as they take you through the extended forecast, that's a very slight chance. The best chance of rain is actually going to be next week. Eric, I'll be back with a look at that weekend forecast coming up.
All right, very good, Britta. Time saver traffic now. A couple of minor incidents to deal with. One on the South Freeway, 288, northbound approaching Southmore. This one's got a bus on the side of the road. It's on the shoulder, so no main lanes being affected. But as you're passing this, you need to get over a lane or slow down to 20 miles per hour below the speed limit. That is the law in cases like this. Gulf Freeway, right next door to this incident, we've got an accident at Emancipation inbound. It is starting to slow things down all the way back to 90, so be aware of that. Coming in on the Gulf Freeway, you're going to need a few extra minutes. Hopefully they can get this taken care of fairly quickly so that we don't have any long-term problems. But we're getting to that point in the morning where things are starting to get busy, and any accident really kind of puts a little snag in things. North Freeway at West Road, that's what most roadways look like right now. In fact, we're delay-free with the exception of that Gulf Freeway drive time. 30 minutes there, but a short 12-minute ride still on 288 from Pearland. Back to you guys.
Okay, Eric, thanks. 6:02 happening this morning. The Astros will speak in Florida on the sign-stealing scandal that rocked the clubhouse, leading to the firing of manager A.J. Hinch and GM Jeff Luhnow.
Among those expected to attend today, the Astros owner Jim Crane and the new skipper Dusty Baker. Channel 2 Sophia Ojeda is in the studio this morning with more on this entire matter. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Big question today. Will there be an apology? Will there be more on the sign-stealing scandal? According to owner Jim Crane, yes, players are expected to say sorry. Some fans say, though, that's just not necessary.
Spring training is here, and Astros players will be getting out on the diamond later today, but not until they address the baseball world and beyond on the sign-stealing scandal as a team ahead of the 2020 season. A news conference with owner Jim Crane, manager Dusty Baker, and several Astros players is set for 8:30 Houston time. Today, they are not only expected to address the sign-stealing scandal, but according to Crane last month, they are expected to ask for forgiveness and move forward.
Hey, man, there's a whole lot of teams worse than us. You know, and we do have some things swirling around, but you could turn a positive into a negative into a positive.
Fans also had lots to say on our KPRC2 Facebook page. Gary said they shouldn't have to apologize to anyone. Everyone needs to move on and get ready for the new year. Megan says, don't need an apology. Don't feel taken advantage of. Don't expect to get money back. Go find someone to hold your hand and get over it. Well, that news conference is, yeah, fans had a lot to say, right? That news conference, again, scheduled for 8:30 Houston time. Of course, we'll let you know what the players said, both on air and online at clicktohouston.com. Tonight, back to you.
Thank you, Sophia. New this morning, a massive fire at a North Houston home. This all happened at Pascal and Fulton at about 2 o'clock this morning. Fire officials say they believe that fire started in a first-floor garage and then climbed up to the second floor. Now, we know one woman was inside sleeping in her bedroom when it filled up with smoke. Luckily, her family says she and her dog were able to make it out of that home safely.
She was asleep when the smoke woke her up. When she opened the doors, the house is already full of smoke. So when she opened the door, she could see the fire in the bottom. She's okay. You know, her dog's okay. Just got to restart over again.
Very lucky. While crews are still investigating the cause of that fire.
A man is critically hurt after an explosion in a Montgomery County garage. The fire marshal tells us the man was spray painting near a lit torch and the can exploded. The home is near Conroe on Razor Bill Place. The man was rushed to the hospital with 2nd and 3rd degree burns. 2 people are dead, another's in the hospital after a shooting at a Conroe strip mall. It happened along the North Freeway near Crichton Road. It was in the parking lot of a shopping area. Police say the people involved were not customers nor employees of any of the businesses, so they're using the security video from the business, though, to try to figure out exactly what happened out there.
Time right now is coming up on 6:06 this morning. This arrest is really hard to watch. A forceful takedown inside of a store in Baytown. But the officers say this video does not tell the entire story. A fight happened at the convenience store not far from where the man in this video was released. 59-year-old James Liberto and the 14-year veteran of the department can be seen struggling on the ground here. This is all before backup arrives on the scene. Before that chaos, the store clerk says Liberto refused to pay for several items and began verbally abusing customers. The police say that he had just been arrested on Sunday and again on Monday for public intoxication.
This particular suspect had just been released from our jail just minutes before he went down to the store. When we tried to release him from our jail, he wouldn't even comply with that. And he winds up in the lobby of our jail, pulling the fire alarm and then running out.
Liberto was arrested for aggravated assault on a peace officer. Baytown police says its department will conduct an internal investigation. The officer was allowed to go home early yesterday and is expected to be back on duty today.
Developing this morning, closing arguments are set to begin in the high-profile Harvey Weinstein rape trial. The embattled former Hollywood producer did not take the stand during his defense. The defense is expected to present closing arguments today. The prosecution presents theirs tomorrow.
Communities across the South bracing for rain, and flooding as we start to wrap up the week. Yesterday, Dallas had some street flooding as those storms made their way through. Parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia could see similar conditions fairly soon. We will, of course, keep an eye on the weather as it develops. It is one of the most recognizable brands in the entire world, and your baby could be the next face of it.
My baby, this
There's
guy
your
right
baby.
here. This guy. Coming up, Gerber wants your baby. How you can get your bundle of joy in every grocery aisle in America.
And this is Bill Spencer reporting live in Tarkington Prairie in Liberty County. We had a big job ahead of us today. We got a whole lot of sheet metal. We got some hardworking guys over here. We're going to put a brand new roof on the Davis Hill Baptist Church, this little community church that has been struggling for the last few years. They've had leaking roofs. We're going to take care of the whole thing all day today. Reporting live coming up next.
And a perfect day to do a good deed. We are waking up to nice, clear skies, dry roads. It is a chilly start, so grab your coat. We have temperatures right now in the 40s. We'll talk about that beautiful sunshine in your forecast coming up.
Well, sunshine's back, and overall, we're doing pretty well on area roadways. Gulf Freeway is the only exception. As you approach downtown, we've got an accident at Emancipation. It has things backed up toward the 610 loop. We'll take a look at your current drive time here on the southeast side of town, plus elsewhere around town. It's coming up in just a few minutes. Good Thursday morning to you. Time saver traffic. Hopefully you're getting a great start to your day. The weekend is right around the corner. And for the most part, we're doing well on area roads. We do have a little incident on the Gulf Freeway, accident blocking a couple of right lanes inbound right at Emancipation. You can see the backup here on our Scott Freeway camera, courtesy of Houston TransStar. You'll need a few extra minutes coming in from the Clear Lake area as a result of this. The only other thing we've got going on is a shoulder accident on 288. Looks like they may have cleared this one. This was at Southmore, but it's no longer showing up. Your current drive time still looking pretty good with every roadway except for that 45 at Gulf Freeway. Back to you guys.
All right, Eric, thank you. 6:11 right now. This morning, a miracle unfolds outside of Cleveland. A church whose roof couldn't even keep the rain out gets a second chance.
It is, and this is all changing today. Channel 2's Bill Spencer is live near Cleveland, where that church is now getting a new lease on life. Bill, good morning. Fill us in on this.
Yeah, good morning. So a lot of activity here right now, even as early as it is. These are guys from Lessman Roofing and Sheet Metal in Conroe, hardworking roofing crew, and we are going to spend the entire day today, half of tomorrow, putting a brand new roof on the Davis Hill Baptist Church, way out here in rural Tarkington Prairie. This is right next to Cleveland, basically. We're putting a beautiful sheet metal roof on top of this church. This is a $20,000 job. It's going to, as I said, take hours, going to take all day today. The reason we're doing this church has had a horribly bad leaking roof for several years now. They have been praying for a miracle to try and save this small little community church, and we're saving it today. We're going to put a brand new roof on this thing and get it ship shape so that the congregation can continue to worship here. Again, this isn't one of those mega churches. This is a small little tiny church. Real quick, I'm going to introduce you to Keith Brooks, one of the church members.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been dealing with this problem, and how bad has it been?
Sir, we have been dealing with this for quite a few years. It got so bad that we had mushrooms growing out of the roof. We fixed it a couple of times, but it just keeps coming back.
Yeah, I know you guys got up there yourselves and tried to take care of it, but it's too big a job.
Yes,
Couldn't do
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about us coming in here, the people from Lessman, and putting a brand new roof on your church?
I feel very fortunate. I feel very thankful because without y'all, this could have gone on forever and maybe even, I mean, I don't know. I would say close this down for a while because of health reasons.
I know. I understand. Well, God bless you, dear. So we're going to be going live here all day long. It's a big job. It's a hard job, a $20,000 job, but we're going to get it done today. Reporting live, Bill Spencer, KPRC, Channel 2 News. Back to you.
So wonderful there.
Well, yeah, and you saw the stains in the ceiling. I mean, it's going to be nice. They can clean all of that up. There'll be no more water drip. I mean, that could cause mold and a lot of other problems over the time. So this is a huge deal. And that metal will last quite a while. Bill, thank you. We'll check in with you all later. 6:13, we're back with more Channel 2 News today right after this.
This is home.
Well, every now and then a photo is snapped that's just too good to be real. But this is actually real. A British photographer snapped this photo of two mice in the London Underground. If you look closely, they appear to be duking it out in a, mouse-sized fight club. The award-winning photo has now gone viral since being selected from 48,000 recent photos as the best by London's Natural History Museum. Time right now is 6:16 this morning. Now to Capitol Hill, where there was more fallout overnight after the Justice Department changed course, ignoring veteran prosecutors' call for a longtime confidant of President Trump to spend up to 9 years behind bars. This reversal coming after complaints from the president about the recommended sentence for Roger Stone. NBC's Jay Gray is live now this morning from Capitol Hill with a closer look at this. Jay, good morning.
Hey, tonight, good morning to you. No mice involved, but there is a type of political fight club going on at this point. Democrats accusing the president of trying to influence not only prosecutors from the Department of Justice, but also the judge in this case. Roger Stone is at the center of it all, a longtime ally and friend of the president who was found guilty of obstructing Congress, especially with regards to the Russia investigation. Initially, veteran prosecutors had suggested that he served between 7 and 9 years in prison, but the Department of Justice reversed that recommendation after a chiding both online and later out loud from President Trump, saying it was too harsh of a sentence. Now the Democrats say that there is some kind of influence going on between the president and the DOJ, and with specifics, they're looking at Attorney General William Barr. They are calling for a direct investigation at this point. They want the Inspector General to get involved. They also want to hear from Barr, and he has said that he will speak before the House Justice Committee, just making that decision yesterday after what has been months of members trying to get him to testify. Really, tonight, they've been trying to get him to testify since the release of the Mueller report. So a lot of back and forth here, and it should be really interesting to hear his explanations when he testifies the end of next month.
All right. Thank you, Jay Gray, live reporting now from Washington, D.C. Thank you for that update.
6:18 right now. Let's get you out the door this Thursday morning. How's traffic, Eric?
Traffic is doing well. I've got a little bit of a backup from a previous accident, but the accident has cleared, so we are officially accident-free or crash-free right now on area roads. And at 6:18, that's not a bad thing. And the weather's nice today.
Yeah, I mean, if anything does happen between now and 8 o'clock, you can't blame it on the weather, that's for sure. We have dry roads, and we are in for a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. It's a little cool out there. Temperatures right now generally in the 40s, so grab your jacket and your coat. You're at 42 degrees in Conroe, 45 degrees currently here in town. Temperatures in Galveston generally in the low 50s, and we will keep it cool this afternoon. We have a north breeze in place, low humidity, but it's going to be a gorgeous day with beautiful sunshine, so get outside and enjoy it. I'll actually be able to get the kids outside for recess today. 58 degrees expected. As we go into tonight, we are going to keep with the clear skies. It's going to be another cold night. We have high pressure building in behind that mess that rolled through earlier in the work week, and that's going to be sticking around for Friday, Saturday, and really dominating our weather through the weekend. Now, as we go into the weekend, we're watching this little spin up at the coast, but it's forming to the east of us, so we're calling for a mainly dry weekend. I do have a 20% chance of rain on Sunday, but it's fairly limited. We're looking at a mainly dry weekend with cool mornings and pleasant afternoons. Now, as we head into next week, that's when we'll start to warm back up. Our winds shift back on shore with that south breeze, a little more humidity, a few isolated showers, and temperatures back to the 70s. As I said, tonight is going to be a cold night. Frost is possible, especially to the north of town. So if you've gotten a kickstart on that early planting, you might want to keep that in mind. Temperatures will be above freezing, though, in the mid-30s. But that's a cold start for a Friday. Let's take you through your 10-day forecast. Looking pretty good for your holiday weekend. Again, those rain chances very limited. The best chance of rain will be the middle part of next week. Eric, over to you.
All right, Britta, thank you very much. Time saver traffic now. Good news to report on this Thursday. Hopefully you're getting a great start to the day, by the way. Good morning to you. Good news, no crashes. As I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, we do have some slow spots on the Gulf Freeway inbound. This is because we had an accident at Emancipation just as you get into downtown. That has cleared, but we're still seeing some residual slow traffic because of it. So just bear that in mind. Hopefully things will begin to line out here in the next few minutes. East Tex Freeway, this is at Texas. As you come into downtown, we're starting to see volumes build a little bit. So we're starting to see things slow down at this spot, and that's typically the case this time in the morning. So nothing out of the ordinary. Same thing on the North Freeway. This is at Aldine Bender approaching the Shepherd Curve. Traffic is beginning to get a little bit heavy, stop and go in some spots. The overall drive time, though, in from the Woodlands, 28 minutes. That is not bad this time in the morning. So overall, we're doing just fine. Your drive times in from every one of our suburb areas, about what we expect for this time in the morning, about a 6-minute delay in from Pearland. We still have that minor delay coming in from Clear Lake, about 44 minutes in there. But overall, elsewhere, we are just fine. Have a great Thursday morning drive, and of course, always drive safely.
Eric, thanks. 6:21 right now. Get those chubby cheeks ready for the camera. Childhood nutrition company Gerber needs a new spokes baby. Now till February 24th. Geez, I'm messing this all up because the cute kids got me
They're so
all twisted.
cute.
February 21st is the deadline to submit photos and videos for a chance to be the 2020 Gerber ambassador. $25,000 comes along with it, and it's open to any adorable baby under the age of 4.
We have several people who can apply here.
Yeah.
All the new babies.
Some twice.
Yeah, it's very true. Well, this week the president floated the idea of axing student debt forgiveness.
The thoughts garnered swift backlash, but a new report indicates this decade could be a costly one for the program. Maribel Aber live in New York.
Well, the U.S. government plans to forgive billions in student debt. That's headline from the NASDAQ market site in Times Square.
Tonight. First came the Jonas Brothers, now a Jonas baby. Well, that's the word this week from E! News that Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner are expecting. The Game of Thrones stars got hitched to the music Playboy in a surprise wedding last year. So this could be the start of a new Jonas Brothers band. We will have to see.
College is getting more expensive, and the cost to forgive student debt is only going up. Plus, we've got a huge recall from Ford today. Let's check in with Maribel Aber live at the NASDAQ market site in Times Square. Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Owen. Ford is recalling 240,000 of its vehicles. Included in the recall are the 2013 through 2018 Ford Flex, Taurus police car, Taurus SHO, and Lincoln MKT models. According to Ford, the toe links, which keep the suspension stable, are at risk for fracturing. Dealers will replace toe links with stronger new ones. Good news for students who plan to take out loans over the next decade. The U.S. government will forgive $207.4 billion in student loan debt, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Graduate students will receive the biggest benefits. About $40.3 billion will be forgiven for undergraduates and $167 billion forgiven for graduate school students. Currently, Americans owe $1.51 trillion in federal student loans. Ona tonight, I wish mine would be forgiven. Law school is not cheap.
I'm sure it was not. Definitely, Maribel.
Ooh, indeed. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Maribel.
All right, the big question is, what are they going to say? That is what everyone is waiting to find out from the Astros today.
Sports director Randy McIlvoy's ahead from West Palm as the team prepares to address the sign-stealing scandal.
And I'm health reporter Haley Hernandez. The latest on the coronavirus and what Texas officials are doing this morning to warn citizens. That's coming up.
And we're still dealing with a little bit of sluggish travel on the Gulf Freeway between 610 and downtown. Current drive time between 40-45 minutes in from Clear Lake. So put a wiggle in it if this is part of your morning drive. It's all because of a previous accident. The accident no longer there, but we still have the backup. We'll take a look at your area drive times across the board coming up at the bottom of the hour.
And it is a chilly start, but we are waking up to dry roads and clear skies. So grab your jacket, get ready for beautiful sunshine. We'll talk about your weekend coming up.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
Breaking news this morning, an emergency meeting on the coronavirus is called with the Centers for Disease Control. The Texas city that is expected to speak this morning as concerns mount around the world.
A big day for the Astros, but it's not because of their training camp, when they're expected to address their sign-stealing scandal that has rocked the world of baseball.
Well, saving money is just a phone call away. This morning, we are showing you which monthly bills you can negotiate and how to do it so you can save hundreds of dollars a year.
And I'm Bill Spencer reporting live in Liberty County, where we are putting a brand new roof on a poor little struggling community church that has had a leaking roof, a horribly bad leaking roof for years now. We're fixing it. We're going to take care of it for them. The Spencer Solves It team going to work all day today.
All day, Sam.
All day. They're going to have a very busy morning. Good morning, everyone. 6:30 now on this Thursday morning. I'm Tanaya Wright.
I'm Owen Conflenti. Good morning. Eric, how's traffic?
Traffic is getting a little interesting out there. I've had a couple of accidents break just within the past couple of minutes, so we're trying to sort things out right now. But, you know, it's a 6 o'clock hour, and you never know what you're going to get. Fortunately, though, area roads are dry, so it's not a weather-related issue that we've got these accidents out there. But just a reminder that you need to, pay attention out there on the roadways and take take it slow.
Definitely.
It's like what Forrest Gump said, you never know what you're going to get.
No, exactly. Life is like a
chocolates.
box of chocolates. I think the weather forecast here in Southeast Texas is like a box of chocolates. The good news is today we're on the winning side. We are in for sunshine. It's going to be an awesome Thursday. Let's take you outside and show you what we are waking up to. This is over downtown, nothing but clear skies. Our temperatures are chilly out there, but it's seasonable. We should be waking up in the 40s in February, and that's what we are waking up to. We're at 45 degrees currently here in town, 42 in Conroe, Pearland, you're in the upper 40s, Galveston, 53 degrees. And it's going to be a rather cool day. There's a live look at the Southwest Freeway. Rain's not a part of your forecast, nothing but sunshine anticipated. But because of our north wind, we're going to keep it in the upper 50s. If you have plans for later tonight, the evening forecast keeping us in the 50s, but after sunset, we're setting up for another cold night. So I'll have a look at our overnight temperatures in about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. This is your last warning, folks. Get on top of it. Weather looks very nice. Over to you, Eric.
All right, thank you very much. Happy early Valentine's Day to you. It's a day early, but you know, Thursday. Hope you're having a good morning. We're starting to see some issues on area roads. So let's kind of run down the list, shall we? Gulf Freeway continues to be congested between 610 and downtown due to an earlier accident, 8 miles per hour. They actually just reported a new accident, possibly a rear end accident. That sometimes happens when you get congested roads like this. I'll take a closer look at it, but slow go for you inside the 610 loop on the Gulf Freeway. So just be aware of that. It's going to take you extra time getting in from the Clear Lake area. North Freeway, this just happened northbound at West Road. This is not southbound, inbound for you Woodlands people. It is for reverse commuters, and we've got a couple of lanes blocked here. Hopefully it doesn't last too long because it could cause major issues if it does. Northwest Freeway, West Loop, we're reporting an accident as you approach 610. Traffic a little sluggish. We can't see it on Houston TransStar cameras, but just be aware of that. Right now, your drive time's looking pretty good overall. Again, that Clear Lake drive is a little slow at 54 minutes, and Pearland, you're facing a 10-minute drive. But overall, nothing too major to deal with. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. 6:32 right now. New this morning, a bizarre chase that started at a Whataburger and ended with the suspect dead when he tried to run across the East Freeway.
Channel 2's Vincent Crivelli just spoke with an employee at that restaurant. So, Vincent, can you tell us how this all began?
Tanaya, good morning. The manager here says around 10 o'clock last night, a cashier saw a man exposing himself. Then the man saw police officers arrive, so he ran away, but was hit by a semi-truck. Disturbing and shocking. A young girl just trying to do her job violated. The manager here says last night a man in his early 40s sat down but did not buy anything. Then a woman working here noticed the man exposing himself and looking at her, so the manager called 911.
When the officers responded to the call, they made eye contact with the suspect, and he immediately fled from them.
Detectives say the man ran down the street, then onto East Freeway. Officers stopped chasing, but the man kept going, crossing the westbound lanes, then the median, according to investigators.
He got into the eastbound lanes where he was struck by an 18-wheeler first, and we believe he was struck by a second vehicle once he was already down.
It caused a chaotic situation, shutting down the eastbound lanes for hours as authorities investigated the deadly crash.
Very, very unfortunate that it came down to that from something as simple as him running from the police.
And detectives say the drivers that struck the man did not appear to be intoxicated. Reporting live in East Houston, Vincent Crivelli, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Okay, Vincent, thank you. 6:34 to a story you'll see only on 2. An 85-year-old man is speaking publicly after he says a man robbed him and threatened to beat him with his own cane. That suspect is now in jail. Jose Pulido says Gerald Garcia seemed nice when he stopped to help when he was having car trouble. But when Garcia demanded money for that help and wasn't happy when Pulido only had $10 on him, Pulido says Garcia threatened him.
That's when I got scared. Please don't hurt me. Because I'm an old man, I'm 85 years old. I just thought to myself, he's gonna hit me for sure.
Garcia is now charged with aggravated robbery of a person over 65. Texas EquiSearch will begin looking for a 50-year-old woman with several medical conditions who's been missing for 5 days. Susan Pate was last seen, that is, in Dickinson Saturday, February 8th. According to officials, she might be in desperate need of medication that she relies on. The search begins at 8 o'clock this morning in Dickinson.
Time right now is 6:35 on this Thursday morning. Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg has declared a second man arrested by disgraced narcotics officer Gerald Goins to be innocent. Stephen Mallett served 10 months behind bars after being convicted in 2008. He was arrested with his brother Otis, who was also recently cleared by the DA. 14,000 cases worked by Goins and his team are now being reviewed by the district attorney's office. Goins is facing charges right now in the deadly Harding Street raid, in which investigators determine Goins had lied to launch that raid.
A traffic alert you like to hear this morning. Weekend road work that is, on the West Loop at the Southwest Freeway is now being limited to nights. They still have a few more weekends of work, but they're not going to shut it down like the whole time. So they're going to run the work from 9 to 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. So overnights, just on the weekends until it's finished.
There's a health alert this morning that could affect your child. Cold Spring Oakhurst Consolidated ISD says they've been seeing a big spike in the flu. Classes are canceled Friday due to that situation. Now, they said they've had just too many absences. Classes will resume next Tuesday because they are out on Monday because it's President's Day.
6:36 at Channel 2. Coronavirus concerns are on the rise around the world. New numbers in China have exploded overnight.
Now an emergency meeting is planned in San Antonio about the virus. Now let's get right to health reporter Haley Hernandez with more on this breaking news. Haley, good morning.
Good morning, guys. So there are still no coronavirus cases being reported in Houston. I bet I sound like a broken record by now, but overnight there was breaking news. Leaders in San Antonio announced an emergency press conference with the CDC. The city has not confirmed whether a case of the coronavirus has popped up in San Antonio, but we do know that 250 people have been flown to Lackland Air Force Base after being evacuated from Wuhan, China. 91 people arrived Friday. This press conference is happening at 10 o'clock this morning, so we'll be keeping a close eye on that and announce what we know here. In San Diego, a second person is now being treated for the coronavirus. That brings the total number of U.S. cases to 14. It comes as the CDC is already warning about the virus getting a foothold in the U.S. They're encouraging closer partnerships with state and local health authorities to combat that possibility. In China, numbers exploded yesterday. China reported 242 additional deaths, raising the total to 1,350 people. And using a new definition for the virus, China diagnosed almost 15,000 new cases. That brings worldwide infections to more than 60,000 people. Millions of people remain under lockdown in China as the country continues to try to contain the virus.
I took my daughter to the doctor. She's got the flu, unfortunately. The doctor said yesterday, just as perspective on it, just remember all the flu deaths that happen in this country each and every year. So in the meantime, we still have to just practice all of our good hygiene and everything else.
Right. So it sounds like a big hype because it's not here. The concern is that it would get here and then be very contagious and just like the flu, cause a lot of deaths.
Thank you, Haley. 6:38 right now. Let's talk some weather this morning. It's cool, but it's clear. Britta?
Yes, we have dry roads. Weather is on our side. Finally, we get to have an entire day of sunshine. Let's take a live look from our tower camera. You have a little bit of high-level clouds sneaking in as we get closer to sunrise, and that's pretty much it. We're at 47 degrees here in Houston, 42 in Tomball, and 49 degrees in Pearland. So grab your coat. It's a chilly start. Our winds are coming from the north. As kids get ready to head out the door for school, they will need their jackets all day long. But we get to have recess outside today, so it's looking good, Eric. As you pick up the little ones, we'll be in the upper 50s, pretty close to 60 degrees. We'll talk about the weekend coming up next.
All right, I can't wait for sunrise. A little sunshine today after yesterday's gloom will be a good thing. All right, we're still dealing with a couple of major accidents out there. Not major in terms of actual severity, but impact to traffic. New accident on the Gulf Freeway. I think this happened in the backup from a previous accident up at Emancipation. This one's at Lockwood. It is blocking a couple of left lanes, so the delays from Clear Lake holding between 50 and 60 minutes right now. North Freeway northbound, still delays here. West Road, we've got an accident blocking a couple of lanes. It looks like that just cleared, but again, it's a northbound accident, not inbound. Your drive times 48 minutes in from Clear Lake now, 22 minutes in from Prairie Line. Everywhere else, just your normal volume delays into town. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Spring training is about to get underway, and now the league is out with some new rules.
Coming up, the changes players and managers will have to deal with.
And this is Bill Spencer reporting live in Liberty County. We are in Tarkington Prairie, actually, where we are doing some heavy-duty work today, putting a brand new sheet metal roof on this aging, poor little struggling church. The church has been leaking horribly for years now. The congregation praying for a miracle. We're bringing it to them today. Reporting live here all day long. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Great work, Bill. I'm consumer expert Amy Davis, and this morning I'm helping you help yourself, showing you how to get some of your monthly bills lowered, what to do and what to say to start paying less and saving more.
Now we're back, 6:42. With a miracle in the works, a church whose roof couldn't even keep the rain out is getting a new lease on life.
It is. Channel 2's Bill Spencer is live now near Cleveland with the Spencer Sauls' team. And Bill, you're working out there to solve a problem for this community.
It's a big problem. It's been going on for years now. The parishioners of this poor little struggling church out in the middle of nowhere, out in Tarkington Prairie, have been dealing with the roof leaking like crazy for years now. It's so bad they had mushrooms growing in the ceiling tiles inside the sanctuary itself. The church, the roof could have fallen in and killed some of these people if it were not fixed, and they couldn't afford to do it. So we have brought out a team, a hard-working group of people from Lespin Roofing and Sheet Metal in Conroe, and they are going to work today to put on a brand new sheet metal roof on top of this church. It's a huge job, a $20,000 job. Normally it would take a week to do that. They're going to knock it out today in about 10 hours. This is Jared Hathorn.
Morning, Bill.
How you doing, Jared? Real quick, tell me what kind of roof you're putting up there and how long this thing's going to last.
We're putting a standing roof system on this house here. It's got a 1 7/8 standing seam on it. This machine right here is the one we make the panels on site. So that they'll go right on top of the shingles. There'll be no seams or no screws or anything showing.
Beautiful. And I'll tell you what, this new roof is going to make that church much cooler in the summer, warmer in the winter. Look at this machine right here. This is pretty cool. This machine is where they're actually going to crank out the sheet metal panels. They'll come, they start up here on the reels and come spitting out right down here, and then it goes right up to the roof. So we've got a miniature roofing factory right out here on scene. It's pretty cool. Real quick, I want to talk to Pastor Frank Borman. Tell me how long you've been praying for a miracle in this thing.
I started pastoring this church probably about 5 years ago, and we noticed, right from the get-go that it had some structural issues. We did our best to patch it and plug it and do whatever we could for, as long as we could.
But it finally got too bad.
It finally got to the point we just couldn't keep up with it anymore. So this has been an ongoing thing for probably about the last 3 years.
We're gonna take care of it for you.
Well, we thank you much.
God bless you.
God bless y'all.
So yeah, we're gonna be out here literally all day till probably 5 o'clock tonight. Hopefully we finish it by then. If not, we're coming back tomorrow. Thanks to the guys here at Lespin Roofing and Sheet Metal. For now, reporting live, this is Bill Spencer in Tarkington Prairie out in Liberty County. Back to you.
Oh, that's just so amazing.
Beautiful thing, Spence, and great weather for it, too. Thanks, buddy. We'll check in with you later. Spring training underway for our Astros, but that may not be what's on their minds this morning.
No, the team is preparing to address the sign-stealing scandal this morning. Channel 2 Sports Director Randy McAvoy is in Florida with more on what we could hear today.
Hello again from Astros Spring Training here in West Palm Beach, Florida. We are ready for some baseball on the field later this morning. Reporting day yesterday for pitchers and catchers. They'll get to work here in a few hours. But today's big story is going to be the Astros players responding for the first time to the sign-stealing scandal that came down from MLB over the last month. Let's roll some video. Yesterday, we were here for some of the late arrivals for the Astros. Video and pictures only. No interviews were allowed for the media per the Astros team personnel. Now, last night, the Astros finalized their plan for the media avail today, announcing they're going to have a press conference with select Astros players. We assume guys like Jose Altuve, perhaps Alex Bregman, maybe George Springer or Carlos Correa will be a part of it. It's slated for 9:30 Eastern time this morning, 8:30 back in Houston. Owner Jim Crane will be on hand along with Dusty Baker as well. Now, speaking of Baker, he was asked last week about this big transition for the players.
I'm sure it's tough for them. Because, AJ was popular. And life does go on, but still, it stings you sometimes and it hurts sometimes. And so hopefully we can all grow from this to be better people and better players and better human beings.
Well, it all goes down here in a matter of hours. How the Astros address the sign-stealing scandal will go a long way for this organization and all of Major League Baseball. We've got you covered here online and, of course, on air right here on Channel 2. With the Astros in West Palm Beach, Florida, Randy McElvoy, KPRC Channel 2 Sports.
Thanks, Big Mac. Major League Baseball rolling out some new rules for the season. Starters and relief pitchers have to face at least 3 batters, or they've got to get out of an inning before they can come out of the game. Active rosters are also going up to 26 players from 25, and the time a manager has to challenge a play has been shortened from 30 seconds down to 20.
Time right now, 6:48. Let's go to Britta with a check on the forecast. Good morning.
Good morning. A little chilly out there. Grab your jacket. We have temperatures right now in the 40s. This is seasonable for this time of year, though. We should be waking up in the 40s. Just make sure that your kids are ready to go. If they're walking to school, waiting at the bus stop, you are going to feel that coolness to the air. Our winds are coming in from the north today. We're expecting nothing but sunshine. A beautiful day, but it will be cool this afternoon in the upper 50s. We are setting up for a cold night tonight as we have high pressure building in behind the mess that rolled through for the first half of the work week. That's going to clear out the skies as we head into your Friday morning. Let's take you through our Futurecast model. Again, looking really good for the end of the work week. For your weekend forecast, we're going to keep it mainly dry. We'll have cool mornings, pleasant afternoons. As we get closer to Saturday night into Sunday morning, we do have a little bit of a weather system developing along the coast to the east of us. So I did add in a 20% chance of rain on Sunday, but again, looking mainly dry. I think we're in for a really nice weekend. Heading into next week, a little bit of a warm up. Our winds turn back on shore with that south breeze, more humidity, more cloud cover, and a chance of rain. As I said, tonight is going to be cold. We're going to be above freezing in the mid-30s, but we could see some frost to the north of town. So if you did a little bit of early planting, you want to keep that in mind. Here's a full look at that 10-day forecast. We'll keep with the cool mornings, pleasant afternoons. 70s are back on Sunday, Eric, and the best chance of rain next week won't really push it until about Tuesday or Wednesday. Over to you.
All right, time saver traffic. Let's get you updated on the latest congestion around town. We're seeing the usual slow spots where traffic volumes get heavy. Gulf Freeway has been problematic. 2 accidents this morning. The latest one at Lockwood has just cleared, but we still have a very sluggish portion of the freeway, especially around 610 and in toward downtown, keeping the drive time to about 50 minutes in from the Clear Lake area. So beware of that. West Park Tollway accident blocking a left lane here. It's a parking lot approaching 59. So if this is part of your normal drive, be prepared for at least a 5 to 10 minute delay here. North Freeway accident on the main lanes northbound at West Road has cleared, but it looks like we've got something new going on here, maybe blocking a left lane at West Road. But the outbound drive time for reverse commuters is not looking all that good. Traffic sluggish through the Shepherd Curve. Inbound, though, 35 minutes in from the Woodlands. The big problem area, though, Clear Lake into downtown Gulf Freeway, 54 long minutes. Be prepared. Pack your patience. Back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Well, here's a question. When was the last time you called your cable company to get your bill lowered? What about the alarm company or even your electric bill?
Consumer expert Amy Davis to explain how we can save hundreds of dollars a year, perhaps, with just a few phone calls.
I mean, it's pretty simple. If you don't ask, you won't ever get anything, right? Or see any savings. But this is a call that you shouldn't make cold. You have to do a little comparison shopping before you pick up the phone.
Gas, power, water. We pay the same bills every month, but those bills creep up. $1 here, $5 there, and we just keep sending the payments.
I think a lot of people kind of have a stigma that, they're worried they're going to look cheap, or they're worried they're going to get turned down and maybe look foolish.
Kyle James of the blog Rather Be Shopping says get over it and start saving some money.
The bottom line is you have nothing to lose. It's a quick phone call.
A quick call to ADT saved him $13 a month on his monthly alarm service.
They're charging like $38 a month after my initial contract, and I called them up and said, hey guys, this is crazy. Is there anything you can do?
A viewer told me he called ADT when the company started a new $2.47 charge on his bill last fall. ADT says they'll collect it for 3 years to help pay for cellular network upgrades. The customer called to say he doesn't use any of the new next generation technology and he shouldn't be charged for it. The ADT rep agreed, saving him $88.92 over the next 3 years. James says the biggest mistake consumers make when calling to get their bills lowered?
Not looking at the competition, just calling up and saying, hey, your bill's way too expensive, you need to lower it, or I'm canceling.
You need to get quotes from competitors before you call your company. This works well for cable, cell, internet service, and even electricity. Another viewer told me Green Mountain Energy lowered her electric bill by $70 a month when she called and asked for some help. Sirius satellite radio comes free in new cars for a couple of months. Well, most people just pay the $16 a month after that. But if you call, you can get the subscription service lowered to as little as $4 or $5 a month.
If they all lower your bill a little bit, you're talking 40, 50 bucks a month savings pretty easily.
So James wrote a great blog that tells you exactly how to negotiate with Dish Network, DirecTV, AT&T, Verizon, and Comcast, because there are some specifics with each company. We're linking you to that article on Click to Houston right now. This is my action item of the week. Pick up one bill and get started this week trying to get it lowered. We'd love to hear from you on Facebook or by email about how it goes for you.
Thanks, Amy. Coming up, a final check of traffic and weather this Thursday morning.
Opportunities.
6:55, a look at some of our top stories. A man is dead after police say he ran out onto the East Freeway at Wayside and then was hit by a semi and then another vehicle. Officers responded to the Whataburger after a worker saw a man exposing himself. That's when they say that man took off and was hit.
Astros will address the sign stealing scandal for the first time today as a team. Their announcement is expected during an 8:30 news conference. Our Randy McElvoy is in Florida to keep you updated.
A roofing company and some church members are up really early this morning working on a huge project.
Yeah, our Bill Spencer's leading the way with Spencer Solves It. What's going on out there, buddy?
Hey, baby, we're solving it. That's what we're doing. We're solving a big problem. The workers here at Lessman Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are putting a brand new $20,000 roof on the Davis Hill Baptist Church. This is a huge job. Going to take, really, we're going to have about 10 or 12 different roofers who are going to be climbing up on that roof, and so will I, along with the owners of this company, and we're going to be putting a new roof on this church. They've had leaking issues for years. We're going to fix it. They've been praying for a miracle, and we've got it for them. We're going to be here all day reporting live. Back to you.
That's my guy, Bill Spencer. We'll see you soon, boss. 6:56. Here's Eric Braid.
All right, time saver traffic. 3 areas of concern. 1, the Gulf Freeway. It's been a mess all morning. 2 accidents. They have cleared, but 8 miles per hour inside the 610 loop. That leads to about a 50-minute morning drive. West Park Tollway accident has a left lane blocked. It looks like that may have cleared. That is good news, but it is going to be a little bit delayed until that delay clears up. And a new accident. North Freeway westbound. This is on the north side, or the southbound side of things. So inbound from the Woodlands, we have a new accident blocking a left lane. Camera's not going to switch, but I can assure you it is there. Delays both ways on that freeway. And this is a look at your current drive times. 35 minutes in from the Woodlands right now. That will be growing until the accident clears up. 49 minutes in from Clear Lake. That is the big problem this morning. 26 minutes in from Pearland. Britta?
And the good news is we get to see sunshine today, folks, so get ready for that and grab your sunglasses. There it is. Oh, looks so great, right? It's a little cool out there. We're in the 40s. We'll top off in the 50s today, but you got sunshine, so soak it on in and enjoy.
All right, we got Tortellini Day.
Ooh, enjoy.